Have you ever woken up from a dream that felt completely real? You could see the people. You could remember the place. You could even feel the emotions. But then, you checked your phone, got out of bed, and just a few minutes later, the entire dream disappeared, like your brain deleted it. But here's the strange part. You probably dream multiple times during the night. So why do you remember almost none of them? Is your brain actually forgetting your dreams? Or is something else happening while you're asleep? Today, we're going inside your sleeping brain to discover why dreams disappear so quickly and how you can remember more of them. Part 1. You probably dream more than you think. Let's start with something surprising. Not remembering your dreams doesn't mean you didn't dream. Dreaming is a normal part of sleep, and vivid dreams are especially associated with periods of REM sleep. During a normal night, your brain moves through different stages of sleep, and REM sleep happens repeatedly rather than just once. That means you can have multiple dream experiences throughout the night. But here's the problem. Your brain isn't treating those dreams like important memories. Think about your dreams like writing something on a whiteboard, and then immediately walking away. The information is there, but it may never get stored as a long-term memory. And that's one of the biggest reasons your dreams can vanish so quickly. Part 2. Your brain is different. When you're dreaming, your brain isn't working exactly the same way it does when you're awake. Some brain systems involved in attention, reasoning, and memory formation operate differently during sleep. That's why dreams can be completely bizarre, but somehow feel perfectly normal while you're inside them. You might be talking to someone who doesn't exist, then suddenly you're flying, then you're in your childhood home. And somehow, your dream brain doesn't stop to ask, wait, none of this makes sense. That's because dreaming isn't the same as being awake and carefully recording an event. And when the dream ends, the memory may be extremely fragile. So even if the dream felt incredibly vivid, your brain may not preserve it for very long. Part 3. The first few seconds after waking up. Now here's where things get really interesting. Imagine you wake up after an intense dream. For a few seconds, you can remember everything. The room, the people, the conversation, the strange ending. But then you think, what time is it? You grab your phone, check your notifications, open Instagram, read a message, and suddenly, the dream is gone. Why? Because your brain has immediately switched its attention to the waking world. New information starts competing with the fragile dream memory, and the dream can quickly become harder to retrieve. That's why one of the simplest dream recall tricks is also one of the easiest. Don't immediately distract yourself. When you wake up, stay still for a moment. Keep your eyes closed if you're comfortable, and ask yourself, what was I just dreaming about? Don't force the answer. Let the memory come back. Sometimes you'll remember a person, sometimes a location, sometimes just one emotion. And that tiny fragment can help you reconstruct more of the dream. Part 4. Your phone might be destroying your dream memory. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest enemies of dream recall. Your phone. Not because your phone magically erases dreams, but because it gives your brain something new to focus on immediately. Imagine waking up and grabbing your phone within seconds. Your brain suddenly gets messages, notifications, videos, news, social media, and thousands of new pieces of information. Your dream was already a fragile memory. Now you're replacing that experience with a flood of new information. So if you want to remember your dreams better, try something simple. Don't check your phone immediately after waking up. Give yourself 30 seconds or 1 minute. Stay in the same position. Think about what you were experiencing. Then write down anything you remember, even if it's just, I was running. That's enough. Part 5. Dreams don't always follow. Normal memory rules. There's another reason dreams are so difficult to remember. Dreams often don't have the same structure as normal waking experiences. When you're awake, memories are usually connected to context. You know, where you are, what happened before, who you're with, and why you're there. Dreams can be completely different. You might suddenly find yourself in a place you've never seen. Then a person appears. Then the location changes. Then the entire story changes. There may be no logical timeline. And when you wake up, your brain has fewer familiar connections to help retrieve the memory. It's almost like trying to remember a movie, when half the scenes were never properly recorded. Part 6. Waking up at the right time can change what you remember. Here's another fascinating part. Dream recall can depend partly on when you wake up. If you wake during or shortly after a vivid dream experience, you're more likely to remember it. But if you wake up and move through the morning before thinking about the dream, the memory may fade. That's why some people say, "I had the craziest dream last night, but I can't remember what happened." They remember that they dreamed, but the actual content is gone, and sometimes all that's left is a feeling. Fear, happiness, confusion, or even sadness. That's because the emotional impression of a dream can sometimes outlast the specific details. Part 7. The Dream Journal Trick. If you seriously want to improve your dream recall, try keeping a dream journal, and you don't need anything fancy. A notebook beside your bed is enough. When you wake up, write down whatever you remember, even if it's only one sentence. For example, "I was in a strange school," or "I was running through a city," or even, "I remember feeling scared." Don't worry about making the story perfect. You're training yourself to pay attention to dream memories, and over time you may start noticing something interesting. You remember more, then more, and eventually, you may start remembering dreams that you would normally have forgotten completely. Part 8. Why some dreams feel real. But there's one question we haven't answered. Why do some dreams feel so real? Why can you wake up with your heart racing after something that never actually happened? During vivid dreaming, the brain can generate experiences involving images, sounds, emotions, and sensations. Inside the dream, there isn't always a conscious voice saying, "This isn't real." So your brain can react emotionally to the experience. That's why you can wake up frightened from a nightmare, even though you're completely safe in your bedroom. And sometimes, the emotional reaction stays with you longer than the actual dream. You forget the story, but you remember how it made you feel. Part 9. The strange thing about dream memory. Here's something you can try tonight. Before going to sleep, tell yourself, "When I wake up, I will remember my dream." Then place a notebook beside your bed. When you wake up, don't immediately reach for your phone. Don't jump out of bed. Don't start thinking about everything you need to do. Stay still. Ask yourself, what was happening just before I woke up? Then write down whatever comes to mind, even if it sounds ridiculous. Because dreams don't need to make sense. Your job isn't to explain them. Or your job is simply to remember them. Part 10. So, why can't you remember your dreams? So let's put everything together. You don't necessarily forget your dreams because you didn't dream. You may forget them because dream memories can be fragile. Your brain is operating differently during sleep. New information floods your attention when you wake up, and the dream may not get strongly encoded into long-term memory. And that's why you can experience an entire imaginary world, only to lose almost all of it within minutes. Your brain created the movie. You watched it, but it didn't necessarily save the file. So tonight, before you sleep, put your phone away. Keep a notebook beside your bed. And when you wake up, don't move immediately. Ask yourself, what was I just dreaming about? You might be surprised by what comes back. And here's the question for you. What's the strangest dream you still remember? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoy discovering the hidden tricks of your brain, subscribe to Brain Tricks, because your brain is doing things every day that you probably don't even realize. See you in the next one.